When I get to work every day, I look forward to it. It's a beautiful place to work. The sights, it's unbelievable. It's very different from working inside an office all day. It's just a great place to work at.
Who wouldn't want a job with gorgeous views like these? And for Alberto Cano, his job is to make sure these views remain gorgeous. You see, he's the property manager at the private home of Steve Ross here in Palm Beach. His job, like most on beachfront property with occasional harsh weather, is a constant challenge.
I got to be on top of everything, keeping costs down and still keep the place looking, beautiful at its best. Make sure that the gardeners and all the staff do what they need to do and keep everything perfect here.
He routinely walks these 3-acre grounds to make sure every section is getting the proper attention.
Obviously, a place as big as this takes quite a bit of water.
These days, sprinklers pop up in 19 customized zones throughout this historic property, but only when they're needed. It wasn't always this efficient. Not long ago, Mr. Ross asked Alberto to find a way to reduce water consumption. He heard about some new technology that might help. Alberto recognized the need to save water, reduce watering costs, all while trying to cut down on brown spots. The problem? Well, the old timer system had a sensor that shut off whenever it rained.
That has been a problem for many years, because what happens is if we get a little rain, it shuts off the sensor. We start getting dry areas throughout the property.
But that no longer happens after he decided to install an advanced irrigation system.
I found a company called Ogmo, and they had an amazing system where they bury sensors throughout the property. This is the Ogmo sensor. It's a self-contained unit that has the moisture sensor here, and it has the batteries and the computer part and the transmitter up here. It usually gets buried in the grass about 4 inches down, and the batteries last about 5 years. And if there's ever a problem with the battery, it would automatically transmit it to the main receiver.
So now only the zone that needs water gets water.
The sensors transmit to the main computer every 10 minutes or so, and it measures through this area here, it measures the moisture in the ground.
He then pointed to a zone in full sun next to another zone that was in full shade.
So that sensor that is in the shade will not allow it to water because it senses that there's still moisture in the ground. Yet the sensor that is in the sun, in the drier area, will actually allow the system to water that zone.
The impact on water use shown in the water bill was immediate.
The savings have been about 60%. That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. When you have a yard this size, that's a lot of money.
60% savings in cost. And that means tens of thousands of gallons of water savings a year from just this one property. And as for the original investment?
The system pretty much paid for itself well within the first year. If everybody would do something like this here on the island, the savings would be in water conservation would be amazing. It would be amazing.
And projections by the Palm Beach Civic Association estimate yearly water savings on the island would be 1 billion gallons if most homeowners install advanced irrigation. By the way, those who install these systems can apply for a variance with the town that would exempt them from most water restrictions. Ironically, if everyone does this, restrictions may not even be necessary. All win-win.
I highly recommend for other property managers to take a look at this company. Even if it wasn't about the water usage, the result on the lawn is amazing. You're saving about 60% of the water usage, and you get a much greener lawn to go with it.